Fortnite is more than just a game, it's a global phenomenon that has changed the lives of many players, especially in the competitive scene. It's crazy to think how some gamers have become millionaires by just playing Fortnite at the highest level, but while the spotlight shines on the winners, there's a dark side to the professional Fortnite scene that most people don't see. And today, I'll be diving into the reality and we'll be sharing stories that show how harsh and unfair the world of competitive Fortnite really is. Let's start off with the story of Swizzy and Putri. These two players were on top of the world in August 2023. They were dominating the Chapter 4 Season 3 FNCS Grand Finals in Europe, leading by a massive 200-point margin. This was supposed to be the highlight of their careers as they had just secured a $200,000 prize pool and a spot at the Global Championship Hagen. But then, out of nowhere, they received an email that would ultimately crush their dreams. They were disqualified, and as a result of this, they wouldn't receive the prize money they had worked so hard to earn. And the reason behind it is absolutely shocking. This all happened as a result of them being Russian residents, and due to the sanctions placed on Russia and the United States, Epic Games couldn't legally pay them. Even though both players had moved to Serbia to avoid these issues, they needed to be outside of Russia for at least 6 months of the year to be considered a non-Russian resident. So, just like that, their victory was stripped away from them. It was a brutal and unfair situation, but Swizzy didn't give up just yet. He went through the necessary steps to regain eligibility and eventually won FNCS again, this time pocketing $100,000. But this whole ordeal just goes to show truly how unforgiving the competitive esports system can really be. Next up is the story of Yo and Rise, one of the top duos in North America. These guys have been grinding Fortnite for years, always coming close to winning FNCS, but never quite finishing in first. However, in Chapter 5 Season 1 Grand Finals, it looked like their time had officially come. They were leading by 40 points with 4 games left, but then disaster struck. They were mysteriously kicked from the battle bus in the next game, and it turned out they were getting DDoS, which basically means that someone was intentionally taking down their internet so they couldn't play the tournament. And by the time they managed to get back online using hotspot, it was already too late and the damage had already been done. Their chances of winning and qualifying for the global championships were gone, and they ended up finishing in 8th place, missing out on the FNCS win and $115,000. The whole situation was incredibly unfair, and the worst part is no one knows who did it. There were rumors that another player might have been involved, but the real culprit of the attack still remains unknown until this day. It's insane to think that years of hard work can be wiped out by something completely out of your control. Now, let's talk about the Oceanic region and one of the craziest cheating scandals in Fortnite history. Jason and Repulse were the top players who qualified for the FNCS Global Championships in Copenhagen after placing first in the Chapter 4 Season 3 FNCS. But here's the catch, Repulse wasn't actually Repulse. It was someone else playing on his account, completely cheating his way to the top. Everyone in the OCE region knew about it and reported it to Epic Games constantly shortly after finding out, but Epic Games didn't take action until it was too late. 2 days before the tournament in Copenhagen, word started spreading that Jason and Repulse had been disqualified, and it turns out Repulse had admitted to other players that it wasn't him playing on the account. It was actually another player named Forbes, a well-known professional Fortnite player in the Oceanic region. And because of this, VKS and his duo Pumpkin were robbed of their chance to compete at the in-person LAN event. And what's even worse is that this was the second year in a row that VKS was robbed of a spot at the Global Championships because of a cheater. It's just another example of how cheating and dishonesty can ruin the game for everyone involved. Another wild story involves Bucke, who along with his duo Okis qualified for the FNCS Global Championships in Copenhagen after one of the greatest Day 2 comebacks in Fortnite history. Everything seemed fine until the night before the competition when Bucke was suddenly notified that he was disqualified and he would not be allowed to compete. The whole community was shocked and no one knew why he was disqualified. Bucke tried everything he could to convince the staff to let him compete, but they wouldn't budge. And shortly after, he was quickly deported from Denmark and forced to fly back all the way to the United States. The real reason for his disqualification still remains a mystery. There's speculation that he might have broken a Danish law regarding smoking or drinking in his hotel room, but nothing has been properly confirmed. Meanwhile, Okis was left to compete as a solo in a duos event with some of the best players in the world, and although he put up a good fight, there's no way he could qualify for finals against the best duos in the world. This whole situation was just so sad and frustrating, especially since no one really knows what actually happened. In Chapter 2 Season 7, Fortnite hosted the FNCS All-Star Showdown event, a massive solo tournament with a $2.5 million prize pool. And this was a massive chance for underrated players to prove themselves, and Lunar, a solid contender from OCE, was ready to do just that. After just 5 games, he was in first place and just needed one more decent game to take him home $20,000. But then Riv, a player who was pretty much in dead last, decided to land on Lunar for no reason other than to mess with him. Riv's actions completely ruined Lunar's chances of winning and he ended up falling short. This incident sparked a lot of controversy in the community. Aussie Antics, a popular Fortnite content creator, called Riv a loser on his stream for what he did. And while some people thought that Aussie was justified, Epic Games didn't. And later on, Ozzy was banned for 2 weeks for his comments, even though many people in the community supported him. But in the end, this incident actually boosted Ozzy's career, and now he gets more viewers than the official Fortnite broadcast during FNCS Grand Finals, which just truly goes to show karma is always watching. The final story I want to touch on is the rampant cheating that happens at the top level of Fortnite. Whether it's cheating, stream sniping, or macroing, a lot of pro players will do whatever it takes to gain an advantage. And in Chapter 2, Season 2, Bucke's squad were all caught teaming during FNCS, trading shots without killing each other to get more storm surge damage. This might seem like a smart strategy, but it was strictly against the rules, and all 4 players were hit with a 60-day ban from Fortnite. It was an extremely harsh punishment to say the least, but Epic Games wanted to set an example that cheating would not be tolerated. But the thing is, this kind of behavior is more common than you would think. As in November of 2021, 90 and his trio were accused of using the replay system to find loot llamas and stream sniping other players to gain an advantage. They were never officially banned, but their cash cup win was revoked. These stories show that while Fortnite has created opportunities for thousands of players all around the world, there's a lot of corruption and cheating happening behind the scenes that Epic Games tries to keep hidden. Fortnite's competitive scene has its fair share of drama, controversy, and heartbreak. While the game has changed countless lives and made many players extremely wealthy, there's a dark side that often gets overlooked. From unfair disqualifications to rampant cheating, the world of professional Fortnite is far from perfect. Thank you all for watching all the way until the end of the video. I really do appreciate any and all support, and by just simply liking, subscribing, and commenting a favorite moment from this video truly goes a long way and helps me out tremendously. And with that all being said, I really hope you'll have an amazing rest of your day. Laters.